Hey guys, I'm going to do the same thing to help you out on our 1-9 homework. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this and I'm going to do the odds, so that way you can have a better understanding and you'll do the evens. So if you take a look at this, number one says, explain the phrase opposite reciprocals and give an example. So I just went in and I wrote in a complete sentence, opposite reciprocals are two numbers that are flipped and one is positive and one is negative. So for example, 3/4 and -4/3 are opposite reciprocals. So there's our first problem. Now remember, I'm going to do all of the odds for you right now. So let's go on, let's move on. Let's take a look at number 3. Okay, so number 3. All right, what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to graph these two lines, and then we're supposed to decide, are they parallel, perpendicular, coinciding, or intersecting. So here we go. We have x minus y equals 2. So first off, I need to get my y by itself. That's the only way that I can tell what my slope and y-intercept are. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to minus this x over, okay? That's going to give me negative y equals negative x plus 2. Then I'm going to divide both sides by -1. And that's going to give me y equals positive x, because negative x divided by -1 is positive x, minus 2. Now, here's the deal. You don't have to jump through all these hoops whenever you do it over here, because y is already solved for on 2 for both of those. All right, well, anyways, that's my thing. So we're looking, what's my slope? Well, you might be tempted to say there's no number in front here, but there's actually invisible 1. So my slope is 1. My y-intercept is going to be -2. Okay, because my y-intercept is the number at the end. Remember, we're working with y equals mx plus b. M is my slope, b is my y-intercept. Okay, now for my next one, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to minus 3x to both sides. So we're going to get -3y equals -3x plus 9. Then I'm going to divide this side by -3, divide this whole side by -3, and we're going to get y equals positive x minus 3. So my slope is going to be a 1 again, and my y-intercept is going to be -3. So let's graph these two. Let's graph this one first. We're going to have a y-intercept of -2, and we're going to have a slope of 1. That means we go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So I can draw this graph right here like that. And my other one, this time I'm going to have a y-intercept at -3. But once again, we're going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So just like up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So it's going to look just like this. Okay, so what type of graph are these two lines? What type of lines are they? Are they parallel, perpendicular, intersecting, or coinciding? Well, these two, they have the same slope, they have different y-intercepts, so these are going to be parallel. Okay? So these two are parallel. All right, now let's take a look at number 5. Okay, so number 5. Once again, I'm going to get these by themselves. We're going to work these out. We're going to get y by itself on each one. So for the first one, I'm going to bring this x over. We're going to minus 5x to both sides. And we're going to get 4y equals -5x. Then we'll divide both sides by 4. And I will get y equals -5/4 x. Now, here's the deal. That means my slope is -5/4, and it means my y-intercept is 0. There's no y-intercept out here. What about my other one? My slope down here is 1/3, and my y-intercept's at -3. So let's try to graph these ones. Let's graph this one first. We have a y-intercept at 0, and we're going to go down 5 over 4. So we're going to go down 5 over 4. And so you can see where my graph is going to go, can't you? It's going to start down here and go up like that. Now that's not perfectly straight, but you get the idea. Okay? All right, what about my other graph? What if we start at negative 3, and we go up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, down 1 to the left 3, and so my graph looks like this, or something like that. Now we have to answer the question, are these parallel, perpendicular, intersecting, or coinciding? Well, for these two, since I found my slope for these two, are those opposite reciprocals? No. Are they the same? Definitely not. But do they intersect? Yeah. Just because they aren't perfect doesn't mean that they aren't intersecting. So this one is intersecting. Okay? So, it's not perfect. All right, so there we go. All right, well in that case, let's turn the page. And we're going to be talking about these last few. So we're going to be looking at the equations of these lines given. For the first two, I don't have to solve. But on number 8, you're going to need to solve for y, just like I did on those last two problems. But let's take a look at number 7. It says, tell whether the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or intersecting. So number 7, we're going to look at the slope. So what's my slope for this one? It is 14 over 5. What's my slope for this one? It is also 14 over 5. So then we'll look, oh, they have different y-intercepts. So they're not coinciding. They're not the same line. But they have the same slope, so these are parallel. Parallel. Okay. And then let's take a look at number 9 and 11. So number 9 says, line G is a horizontal line. Oh, remember, horizontal, that's flat. So what kind of slope does a horizontal line have? It has a slope of 0. So this has it's y equals 0. I mean, we don't know what the number is, but I know that my slope for a horizontal line is 0. Okay, what kind of line is perpendicular? Okay, well, a horizontal line, a perpendicular line to a horizontal line is a vertical line. A vertical line is perpendicular to a horizontal line. And what kind of slope does a perpendicular line have? It has the opposite of a slope of 0. It has an undefined slope. Okay? All right, then take a look at number 11. Number 11 says, write the equations in slope-intercept form. So we're going to look at my graph and we're going to see, okay, for my red one, we have an intersect at 3. So that means my y-intercept's at 3. And we can count. We're like, okay, pick 2 points here and we can count up. 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means I'm going to have a slope of 3/4. So we're going to have y equals 3/4 x plus 3. So that is my equation for the first one. What about my equation for the second one? Well, this time I have a y-intercept at -2. And we can pick 2 points again. All right. And so we're going to go, on this one, we're going to go up. 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. So this one's going to be 2/3 of x. Okay, so here's the deal. Whenever I first look at this, I was like, oh, those are parallel. But once I actually counted the slope, I saw that the slopes are different. Well, these two lines are going to keep going down here, and they're going to intersect somewhere down here. So, but they're not perfectly parallel, and they're obviously not perpendicular. So what types of lines are these? These are just intersecting. Okay? So you're going to do the same thing here for number 12. But these two definitely look, well, they might be perpendicular. So these are intersecting. All right. As always, let me know if you have any questions. And I hope this video has been of some help to you. All right. Thanks, guys.